Morning, everyone. Welcome to another This Might Hurt. I am a little bit late today, but not really tripping about it. Like when I can just not worry the way I used to. That there was this perfectionist quality of never being late, never doing the things, never doing what I'm supposed to do. So when I said doing the things, I mean, I guess the things that were expected of me, right? So I had a class the other day, and one of the people in the class asked, what does it mean when you say the things? And I think it means something different every time I say it. It's more like if you do the thing, right? So doing whatever it takes to accomplish whatever goal we happen to be talking about at the time. Anyway, yeah, weird sidetrack there. So let's get the energies for today. Energies for today. Energies for today. Okay. Got that Queen of Swords on her side. So Queen of Swords in the upright is mastering her thoughts and words and understands that less is more. It's actually I don't want to say silence, but there's power in silence, right? And pausing before we react. And then in the reverse, it would be someone who is very reactive, very I used to have this, well, no, I still have the knack of, and I think we all have it, right? I think we've all developed it as a safety mechanism. But knowing where somebody will hurt the most and being able to zero in on that, some might call that narcissism. And it's a narcissistic quality. But at some point, I got good at it because it's what I needed to do to survive. So that would be this, right? But we have it on its side, so the energy's coming in. There's some sort of mastery or non-mastery of your thoughts and your words. Could be really bitter, right? Could be really clear boundaries. We're not really sure. We're hoping that you get to turn it this way, really clear boundaries and so forth. But let's see what else is coming with that. What else do we have? What else? Oh, we got a bunch. Got the Three of Wands, ships are coming in, and the removal of that self-deceit. So knowing that the ships are coming, it's funny, we got both these cards yesterday, and we got them opposite. So knowing that the seeds that you've planted are going to harvest, if you will, and progress, right? Progress, support, and momentum. And then the Seven of Swords in the reverse, the truth coming out, right? The truth of the situation is coming out. And sometimes you have to plant those seeds for the truth to come out. You can't, I was talking with someone last night. We went to dinner with my aunt, and I was talking with them, and we were talking with the waiter, and he was saying that, he wanted to tell everybody how wrong they were, and how, in the spiritual, when you first get into your spirituality, you kind of want to share with everybody. And I kind of chuckled, and I told my aunt, I said, yeah, he's probably really brand new and just wants to share his knowledge with the world and tell everybody how wrong they are and stuff. And so I asked him, I said, well, did anybody ever tell you were wrong? And he's like, yeah, all the time. I hated it. And I said, then why would you want to perpetuate that on someone else? And he just kind of stared blankly at me, and it clicked. And I feel like that's what this is. It's like it clicked. It clicked. Like, why would I want to perpetuate on someone else that which I didn't like perpetuated on me? But understanding the truth of the situation. And his intentions were not bad, right? His intentions were to kind of drag people kicking and screaming up to where he was, which is honorable, but didn't realize he was going about it in the way that he'd been taught, in the way that he had been it had been modeled for him, right, to get people to see things your way. But anyway, yeah, so the removal of that, knowing that the seeds that you planted are going to come to fruition, right, and somebody somewhere it'll click for them. What's our last card for today? Last card for today. Last card for today. Last card. We got Justice and the Seven of Cups. Justice in the reverse, and the Seven of Cups. So Justice in the reverse is the imbalance, right? It's the unfair. It's being unfair. I'm just going to look at the keywords. I don't often get justice in the reverse. So, where are you? Justice. Denial, dishonesty, and imbalance. Yeah. So that is still kind of, so it's polar opposite of what this is in the upright. We're going to have both, right? Dishonesty and honesty. And then the Seven of Cups being the illusion and fantasy paralysis. So even though we may see the truth in one area, we might still be looking at illusion and the imbalance and so forth in another area of your life. So take the skill that you used over here and apply it to whatever situation you're looking at over here, right? We learned something for one area of our life. I was listening to Chase Hughes this morning. I know, big surprise. He was talking about how he wrote his books, the 6-minute X-ray for military, right? For the military community. And then got a comment from someone who said that they would be able to use those techniques to help people prevent self-harm. And he thought, holy crap, like I wrote it for this, but somebody over here is going to be able to use it in a different way, right? So those things that we learn, we can apply them to all areas of our lives. It's not just the one thing, right? For example, I took a class on chaos magic and self-sabotage on Sunday, and ended up taking everything that I learned in that and applying it to my own mental health and my own healing journey as it relates to my mental health. So we can always use those things. We don't always know we can. So maybe looking at how can you do that, right? What's the advice for today? What's the advice? A bunch. We got Ace of Cups in the reverse, 5 of Wands, conflict, and this might help card. So let me look. Ace of Cups. Looking at that cup as pouring instead of overfilling, right? Emotional blockage, just having some sort of vulnerability there, to the 5 of Wands, which is that chaos and competition. And this might help. So it might behoove you to be somewhat competitive, even if that's with yourself, and challenge yourself to use different skills in different areas of your life. And to maybe pull back a little bit. Maybe you don't give so much from your cup. Maybe try to see if being somewhat, what was the keyword that they used? I can't remember now. Fear of vulnerability. Maybe don't be so vulnerable, Maybe don't share everything with everyone. There's a balance there that we have to catch at some point where we're not too vulnerable, but we're not so rigid that we're... what's the word I want to say? That we're cold, I guess, yeah. We want warmth in the middle. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is kind of overthinking. So when you do all of this work, right, and you start to apply these things to different areas of your life, and you start to compete with yourself and know that everything is helping you and you're feeling somewhat vulnerable and so forth, you can get into the overthinking of how bad have I been? How awful am I being? And when you start to see those things, even like the waiter last night, right? He got this really blank stare on his face when he realized he was the perpetrator of the thing that he hated the most. You then can start to overthink it, and you can start to beat yourself up for that. But don't. It's just an awareness. It's just noticing and then fixing it, right? You can't fix what you don't know. And if you didn't know you were doing it, then your intentions were pure, right? Your intentions are pure. So be careful with the overthinking and the beating yourself up a little bit, because we're all human. We're all living the human condition, and we're here to help. We're not here to hurt. And that's what this card is telling us, right? Be here to help, not to hurt. So I'm going to leave it there. You guys take care, and we'll chat tomorrow.